Good morning, America. As you wake up and look out your window, you might notice the world outside is blanketed in white, and the air feels especially crisp. Winter is making its presence known, and for those in the eastern half of the country, it's not letting up anytime soon. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, and we're right in the heart of winter's grip. The days may be getting a little longer, but the cold and snow are showing no signs of retreat. Across the eastern U.S., snowflakes continue to fall, transforming neighborhoods and city streets into winter wonderlands. But beneath the beauty, there's a challenging week ahead. If you've noticed more snow piling up and temperatures dipping lower than usual, you're not alone. This season is already one for the record books. Many cities are reporting snowfall totals and cold snaps not seen in decades. Now, all eyes are on two fast-moving snowstorms set to sweep the region this week, bringing a double dose of winter weather that could impact millions. Our Fox Forecast Center is monitoring these systems closely, especially after last week's historic storm and the Arctic chill that's gripped millions from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic coast. Meteorologists are working around the clock to keep you informed. These back-to-back storms are a classic 1-2 punch, the kind of setup that can catch even seasoned winter veterans off guard. The first is a quick-moving clipper, racing in from the Midwest and bringing a dusting of snow. Think of it as the opening act, setting the stage for what's to come. It may not look like much, but it can still cause headaches. Don't underestimate it. Even a little snow can make roads slick and treacherous, especially during the busy morning and evening commutes. Black ice and reduced visibility are real concerns. The second storm, arriving later in the week, is stronger, with heavier snow and powerful winds, raising the risk of whiteouts and hazardous travel just in time for the weekend. This one could bring significant disruptions to travel plans and daily routines. The first system moves in tonight into Wednesday, affecting the morning commute for millions. Expect slowdowns, delays, and the need for extra caution on the roads. After a brief break, the second, more potent storm barrels in from Thursday night, threatening to disrupt Friday travel along the I-95 corridor from D.C. to Boston. Major cities could see several inches of snow, with blizzard-like conditions possible in some areas. This winter has already delivered record cold, ice storms, and now a parade of snow systems, a stark contrast to recent milder years. The relentless pattern is testing the patience and preparedness of communities across the East. For many cities, this is shaping up to be one of the coldest and snowiest seasons in recent memory. Residents are digging out from storm after storm, and the cold just won't quit. In the next sections, we'll break down the timing, snowfall amounts, and key dangers of these two storms. We'll also look at how this winter compares to some of the most memorable seasons in the past. Plus, we'll share practical tips to keep you and your family safe. Everything from preparing an emergency kit to dressing in layers and knowing when to stay off the roads. So, grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's dive into the forecast together. There's a lot to cover, and we'll help you stay ahead of the storms. Let's dive into the details of our first significant weather event this week, a classic Alberta clipper, known for its speed and ability to bring sudden changes to the forecast. These systems are a hallmark of winter across the northern plains and Midwest, and they often catch people off guard with their quick arrival and departure. Alberta clippers form in the Canadian province of Alberta, gathering cold, dry air as they race southeastward. As they sweep across the northern U.S., they bring a quick burst of light snow and gusty winds, often dropping temperatures in their wake. These systems can move at impressive speeds, sometimes covering hundreds of miles in just a day. This particular clipper is set to arrive tonight, spreading a swath of snow from Indiana eastward, reaching New Jersey by Wednesday. The snow will start in the Midwest and quickly push into the Northeast, making for a fast-moving, widespread event. Many cities along this path will see their first measurable snow of the season. Most areas will see an inch or less, just enough to make roads slick, especially on bridges and overpasses where ice can form quickly. Even a thin layer of snow can create hazardous travel conditions, particularly during the overnight and early morning hours when road crews may not have had time to treat surfaces. Higher elevations in the Appalachians could see a couple of inches, adding to the winter snowpack and creating a fresh, scenic layer for outdoor enthusiasts. These areas are more likely to experience persistent snow showers and colder temperatures, making travel even more challenging. While the new snow is great news for ski resorts and winter sports fans, it's also a reminder to be extra cautious on winding mountain roads, where conditions can change rapidly and visibility may be reduced. The biggest impact will be felt during the Wednesday morning commute. With snow falling during the pre-dawn hours and cold pavement underneath, drivers can expect slick spots and reduced traction. Allow extra time for your journey, and be prepared for sudden slowdowns or delays. Even a little snow can cause big problems. Plan ahead, slow down, and leave extra space on the roads. Remember, it only takes a small amount of snow to create dangerous driving conditions, especially if you're not expecting it. This first punch of winter is a gentle warning of what's to come. It's a reminder to get your winter gear ready, check your car's tires, and prepare for more active weather in the days ahead. Stay alert as the week unfolds, and keep an eye on the forecast for updates. This is just the beginning of a busy stretch of winter weather. While the north braces for another round of heavy snow and biting winds, cities across the upper Midwest and Northeast are preparing for the kind of winter weather that can bring daily life to a standstill. Streets are already blanketed in white, and the threat of more accumulation looms large, with residents bundling up and city crews working around the clock to keep roads clear. Meanwhile, the South is experiencing a very different story, a welcome change from the icy grip of last week. Instead of freezing rain and treacherous roads, many southern cities are seeing steady rainfall, turning icy streets into puddles and bringing a sense of relief to communities that have been on edge. As the fast-moving Clipper system taps into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, states like Tennessee and North Carolina are forecast to get rain, not snow or ice. For many, this is a much-needed break after last week's crippling ice storm, which left thousands without power and made travel nearly impossible. The arrival of rain will help speed up the melting of stubborn ice still clinging to trees, power lines, and sidewalks. This not only makes it safer for residents venturing outside, but also for utility crews who are still working tirelessly to restore electricity to affected neighborhoods. The crucial freezing line is expected to hover just north of Tennessee and North Carolina, meaning cities like Nashville and Charlotte will see all rain, with temperatures staying just above freezing. This shift spares these urban centers from another round of dangerous ice. However, mountain areas just to the north aren't out of the woods yet. There, a brief period of freezing rain or sleet is possible before temperatures rise and precipitation turns to rain. Drivers and residents in these higher elevations should remain cautious, as slick spots may develop quickly. For many in the South, this rain is more than just another weather event. It's a symbol of hope and a crucial step toward recovery. After days of being trapped indoors and dealing with power outages, the sound of rain is a welcome sign that the worst may finally be over. For countless families, it's the first real thaw after enduring long, cold nights in the dark. As the landscape softens and the sun peeks through, there's a renewed sense of optimism and community spirit. This weather system is a powerful reminder of how just a few degrees can dramatically change the outcome of a winter storm. The difference between rain and ice can mean the difference between recovery and continued hardship. With rain washing away the last traces of ice and sunshine breaking through, relief is finally on the way for the South, bringing hope for brighter, safer days ahead. After a brief Thursday lull, attention shifts to the week's main event, a stronger, more disruptive storm. This second Clipper taps into Great Lakes moisture, arriving late Thursday and lingering through Saturday. The I-95 corridor from D.C. to Boston is in the bullseye for Friday and Saturday. What sets this storm apart? Snow plus strong winds with gusts up to 40 mph creating dangerous whiteout conditions and snow squalls. Expect 1 to 3 inches of snow across the Great Lakes and Northeast, with higher amounts in the mountains and lake effect zones. The light, fluffy snow will blow and drift easily, compounding travel hazards. There's still some uncertainty. If the storm strengthens off the coast, New England could see even more snow and wind. For now, the main threat is hazardous travel Friday and Saturday. Plan accordingly, and stay tuned for updates. Let's break down what these storms mean for major cities. Cincinnati will see another coating of snow from the midweek Clipper, adding to an already impressive total. Pittsburgh faces a tricky mix of snow and sleet with the first storm, then more snow and wind with the second, hazardous for bridges and hilly roads. Along the I-95 corridor, the second storm is the one to watch. New York City, for example, will see snow Friday afternoon into Saturday, right during the busy evening commute. Strong winds could mean major delays at airports and on the roads. The impact is cumulative. Each new round of snow and cold adds to the challenges for cities and infrastructure. From snow-covered solar farms in Kentucky to ice on the Hudson River, winter fatigue is setting in. Residents are reminded to stay prepared for whatever comes next. Winter's not done yet. Is this winter normal? For much of the Ohio Valley and Northeast, the answer is no. This season is among the snowiest and coldest in recent memory, a sharp contrast to recent mild winters. Cincinnati, for example, has already seen over 24 inches of snow, 11 inches above average, with weeks of winter left. The persistent Arctic air and frequent Clipper systems have locked the region in a deep freeze. This is a classic La Niña pattern, with the jet stream dipping and storms riding across the east. Compared to recent years, the difference is dramatic. This is a throwback to the harsher winters of decades past. For many, it's a wake-up call and a true test of winter resilience. This season will be remembered. The impact of this winter is clear in images from across the region. In Pittsburgh, the Ohio River is choked with ice, a rare sight that shows just how persistent the cold has been. In Kentucky, snow-covered solar farms highlight how even modern technology is no match for this winter. New York City's Hudson River is filled with ice flows, creating hazards for ferries and ships. These scenes, from frozen rivers to snow-blanketed farms, paint a vivid picture of a region already battered by relentless cold and snow. The ground is frozen, the snowpack is deep, and people are weary. The new storms will fall on top of old ice, making conditions even more treacherous. We're not starting from scratch. Each new storm adds to the challenge. The region is bracing for more. Stay vigilant as winter's grip tightens. With back-to-back storms coming, safety is priority one. Stay informed, use local news, weather apps, and NOAA radio for updates. If you don't have to travel, stay off the roads, especially during Friday and Saturday's storm. If you must drive, keep a winter emergency kit, blankets, extra clothes, flashlight, phone charger, water, and snacks. Keep your gas tank at least half full to prevent freezing and ensure heat if stranded. At home, check carbon monoxide detectors and use space heaters safely. Keep them away from anything flammable and never leave them unattended. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those living alone. Dress in layers. Multiple thin layers trap heat better than one thick one. Don't forget hats, gloves, warm socks, and waterproof boots to prevent frostbite. Simple precautions can keep you safe and comfortable until the storms pass. Preparation and awareness are your best defense. Stay warm. Stay safe. As we wrap up, the message is clear. The East is in for another major dose of winter. The first storm is a reminder of how quickly roads can turn dangerous. The second brings a real threat of whiteouts and travel disruptions. This winter's harshness is evident everywhere. From record snow in Cincinnati to ice on the Ohio and Hudson rivers. These storms will test our patience and preparedness once again. Stay vigilant, check on neighbors, and make smart decisions for your family. The best tool is information. Keep up with the latest forecasts and be ready to adjust plans. Winter is showing its full strength, but together, we can get through it safely. Stay warm, stay safe, and stay tuned for updates.